All right, guys, we have All Art Protocol here today. We're going to be hearing from Vitomir and maybe Marco as well, if he's on. All
Yeah.
Art Protocol, they bring constant liquidity and embedded license rights to the NFT space with a set of composability tools to DeFi in the whole NFT market. So I'm going to go ahead and let Vitomir take it away.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for inviting us. So let me start off by saying that what we are trying to do is something really different. We are trying to DeFi the whole NFT space, and I'll show you how. So we are basically changing the paradigm of the NFT space, and we are bringing license rights and constant liquidity to the world of NFTs. We are doing this by, first of all, putting on-chain metadata standard, which is in line with the international standardization for, of course, documentation. We are then embedding multiple licenses in one NFT, and we are creating a liquidity pool for each of these NFTs. Then we are building on top of that a lot of services for easy integration in apps and games. So how it works is that we have the NFT-PRO, as we call it, with the standardized on-chain metadata. So they're not stored in the JSON files off-chain, but they're actually embedded in Solana's accounts on-chain. Then each NFT-PRO has its own LORTs, what we call a special type of tokens, licensed ownership rights tokens. And then we have multiple licenses, which are embedded inside of these NFT-PROs. And then once you buy a license with LORTs, because LORTs are used to buy licenses, you get a license receipt token. So LORTs are not fractions of NFTs. They are actually a utility token for each NFT used to buy the licenses. So we put LORTs then inside NFT-PRO special type of liquidity pools, where we are using our art token as a leverage, actually as a collateral in the pools. So you can imagine that actually every NFT will have its own pool and its own licenses. So this is the infrastructure that we have, and it's quite complex, but you can see that the protocol layer is something that is on Solana chain. And then we have the services that are built for this protocol. One of them we released publicly, it's Unity Solana Wallet. Now we are building an universal API for NFTs. Then we will create NFT price oracles, which is something completely new in the sector. But then we have the, of course, let's switch to web interface, where we have the creator, explorer, collection manager, and profile manager for all the NFTs on the protocol. I'll show you now, of course, how this all works. Let's do a demo. Just a second. Okay, so we are now in the NFT-PRO creator. We can connect our wallet. And when we connect the wallet, we first create our account. So I'll just upload a picture and say Hank, full name, Hank, whatever. Country, let's say UK, and the bio, something, whatever. So we don't waste time. So once we create this account, oh, sorry, actually this is mainnet. It will not work on the mainnet yet. So let's do this again. Okay. Yeah. So once we create the account, we are then connected with our account to our wallet, and then we can start creating the art piece. So I'll just show you, this is an interesting thing. We have a 3D also preview, but we can, okay, let's say test, just some form of a description. And then we will add licenses. And this is an interesting thing. So we can have like a private item license. We select license that goes with this. We have different licenses like public display, commercial public display, non-commercial public display, reproduction. But let's make first a private item. And then we can add one more license, which is a public item, which means that I can show this art piece publicly. So this is a public display, but let's say we want to not commercially use it. So we just select non-commercial public display. So we create this license, and then we put a price in art coins, let's say, to have 10 limited edition private items, and I want to have like 3 public items. Then we calculate how much lords each of the licenses cost, and we upload the file for each of these licenses. But I will maybe use this file because it's just a smaller file, and then I'll also change this 3D thing for a normal image, and then we mint the piece, approve the transaction, and waiting for the mint. Okay, so we now have a mint. This is our address on the Solana blockchain, and we can now go and explore this piece. So it's giving us NFT-PRO Explorer. This is almost like Solana Blockchain Explorer, where you enter your hash here, but you can see the piece here with all the private items, public items, lords, how many lords are where. Actually, at the beginning, 100 lords are placed in the pool and 50 lords are placed in the artist's pockets. And you can see here all the licenses. But anyway, these two are just a dummy objects showing what it will look like in the future when we have the trading. So next thing that I want to show you is SOLART Marketplace. This is a marketplace that we will release on Solana. It's an NFT marketplace that will work with our protocol. And you can see the whole marketplace is basically already created. We are just now, I mean, you can see the artists, you can see the artworks. And what I will now show you is, okay, so for example, this artwork, if you want to see it on the NFT Explorer, you click here and then you can see it. Yeah, and then you can see also different statistics. So anyway, back to this. If I want to collect a specific marketplace, I'll show you how liquidity pools work. And you have here, you can select different license, and then you can see the price of the licenses and all the license rights that go with it. And here in the pool, you can buy lords directly, almost like every liquidity pool. And if I buy, of course, I have to connect wallets to do this. So let's do this. Okay, I have some art coins here. So let's buy 10 lords, for example. And then you can see I have 10 lords here. And then actually I can activate the license. So you can see that with 10 lords, price in lords is 5, 6, and 20. So I can actually activate these licenses with only with the lords that I have. So I can just activate the license. Yeah. And now you can see, oh, sorry. Let me just refresh. I haven't connected the wallet. Just a second. Okay. And you can see that I bought a private use license. So we will now switch to a VR presentation of what, can you switch the screen to Marco, to sharing with Marco?
Let's see what we can do.
Sorry?
Sorry, I just.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, everybody. Okay. Let's then share the screen. Okay, do you see everybody?
Looks good.
It's good? Yes?
It's
okay.
Great.
Okay.
Marco is in VR
yes.
with headset.
Right now I'm in VR. Okay, so I will go to my host, Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hello, Marco. It's nice to have you here. Would you like to purchase this painting?
Yes, I just want to shake a little hand so you can see. Okay, let's go to my wallet.
Of course.
Okay, everything is looking very, very good. Perfect. Okay, so let's go to the painting. I can see that I can collect it, so I can collect. Thank you, Tom, for your time.
No problem.
Okay. Yes, it's need a little time. now I'm on this screen. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, Marco.
Okay.
Thank you, Marco. Hey, real quick, guys, I just wanted to ask a quick question. Someone in the chat said something that I just thought would be a good question to ask. They said, could we get an ELI 5 or an explain it like I'm 5 for your project? So how would you explain your project real quickly to like a 5-year-old?
It's not an easy thing to answer. It's so what we are doing is we are building liquidity pools for the whole NFT space. So each NFT will have its own liquidity pool. On top of that, we will have license rights, which are something that does not exist yet in the NFT space, which means that you will have a kind of a contract of sales of NFT. So once you sell an NFT, you will actually have a contract embedded into that NFT so that the new owner actually knows what rights he has and what rights he doesn't have. And liquidity pools will function like a market for each of the NFTs. It's like building a serum or a DEX for the whole NFT space, if this makes any sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, that last part makes sense. Although I'll admit I'm not a 5-year-old, and I think we need some really smart 5-year-olds to get all that. But that's okay. It's okay. Thank you for that that little extra explanation. That is appreciated. I guess I just got one more little question, and this is more of kind of a general question. I want to hear what your long-term vision is of the NFT space, and particularly how Solana plays into that. How you guys are trying to fit.
Well, if we if we succeed in doing what we plan to do, as making a DEX for all of the NFTs, then we will have a very specific situation. Money will flow into the NFT sector. This is what we usually say. It will not flow through the sector, because now when you sell an NFT, you're basically sending money from one wallet to another. No money is left inside of the NFT space to provide liquidity. But with this new approach, the money is actually locked inside of the NFT space, so that people that are trading the NFTs can have more and more money locked inside for the liquidity. So you can imagine that what we think will happen is we will have a growth like a DeFi sector happened like 2 years ago. We will have the same growth in the NFT sector in years to come. So more and more people will come to the sector to actually collect, but also to trade with the NFTs, because there will be secondary market. It will not be a secondary market. It will be perpetual liquidity of NFTs.
Well, that's exciting. You're clearly very bullish, and I love the energy. That's awesome. Okay, I've got just one last question. This is kind of like a little brag. You guys, someone said you guys have done so much work. It's amazing. How big is your team?
Well, it's currently 17. No, actually 19. Sorry, we got two new people, so it's 19 people. But there are many different people, because we are also VR art company that developed all our protocols. So there are like 3D modelers, there are animators, there are also, of course, programmers, developers, but also social media, SEO, and so on.
Cool. Well, that sounds like you guys are running a pretty good crew. Thank you so much, Vidomir, for coming on and showing us all this. This is really neat. I'm really excited. Oh, I need to be asking this of everybody. Could you go ahead and share your guys' Twitter handle?
Yeah, sure. Where you want it in?
You can just say it out loud, and someone's gonna share it in the chat, I bet, or I will if no one does.
Yeah, this is all our protocol.
Amazing. Someone's got it. It's all art protocol. That easy. ALL art protocol.
Yes. And all art is this.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and take another 30-second break. Really appreciate you coming on, and excited to see what you guys continue to build.
Yeah, we will, for sure. Bye.